Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy. Today in this video we're going to be talking about Organigram financials as well as Aphria financials, so stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, don't be shy. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, appreciate it. A lot of new support in this channel. Also want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment information purposes. Do not buy or sell based on anything I talk about. Buy or sell after you did your own research, due diligence, and you like the investments you're pursuing. Or speak with a financial advisor. I'm also going to be drinking this frozen tea. Woo! So no, I'm not going to do that. But that's what we do up in the north. We drink frozen tea. It's just it's a ritual. You got to get down with the north side. Sometimes I leave some tea in my car, and then I'll have it the next day when it's still there. So just when I'm driving around, some liquids. It's not like there's poison in it, right? It's just sitting around, whatever. But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna get into Aphria financials first. I'm gonna give it a report card, and it's interesting. Aphria financials. They did it before the day started, and it's all right. 120 million. I mean, that's kind of what I was expecting. I mean, I think I talked to somebody on the channel. They asked me what I thought about it, and I thought somewhere around 120 to 140 million. Now, it wasn't like I was thinking that they, it's a wild card whether they do a net income or net loss, because it's all based on whether they had enough inventory to pad their balance sheet and give them a net income. But without that, I mean, they ended up doing a net loss. It was like a 8 million. They did say positive adjusted EBITDA of about like 3-4 million. So it's good on the sense of the adjusted EBITDA, but as far as the net loss, and then if you go to New Cannabis Ventures, adjusted operational incomes minus 15.7 million. So what I do like about Aphria's is they did sell more cannabis than last quarter, so that's that's nice to hear. I think that they're set up, if they have some Broken Coast vape pens or some Broken Coast products, I think in the legalization 2.0, especially with more stores, that should do pretty good. So as far as the future goes, Aphria's in a pretty decent spot, but they do have a lot of debt, right? I mean, they got about 470 million cash now, so they have less cash than they had before, and minus they basically have about $150 million worth of inventory on their books of product, and it's not the same as like having like silver or gold on your inventory, right? It's a little different than in cannabis, because are you going to be able to offload that product? Are you going to be able to offload that product? Because if not, then they do have to do a write down, and that really the higher that number gets, the more concerned, especially if they're in a Canadian market. Now with Trulieve, when they have inventory, that's not so concerning because the market's really hot there right now. But if Trulieve had like 250 million of inventory and they're padding their books, I mean, some of that could definitely be potential write-downs. So just putting it in plain view, just to explain it as far as the synopsis on Aphria. But I'd like to give them a B- for their revenues, but the fact that they have less cash now, and yeah, I mean, they had a loss like 9 million or so. So I mean, was it because they're Aphria Diamond and other things? I mean, sure, but at the same time, I mean, the market doesn't want to see net losses. So I mean, especially when they have like hundreds of millions of dollars of debt and convertible debentures on their balance sheet, there is risk with Aphria, especially if they continually lose money. But Aphria is fairly safe. I'm gonna give them a C+. I'd really like to give them a B-, but I just can't because of the loss, and the adjusted operational income's like minus 15. So now we're gonna switch gears and get down to the nitty-gritty on Organigram. My understanding on Organigram is, I read the financials, and they did about 25 million after excise tax, I believe. So that is better than the last quarter. Last quarter was very not good at all. It was in the teens, and for Organigram, they've been posting numbers like 20 to 25 for the last year. So to lower that number isn't very impressive. So now that they backed it up to 25 million, I feel better about the company. My concern is they also have a lot of inventory on their books. They have about 125 million of inventory, so that's like padding their net income. And then, you know, they do a net loss of about $800,000. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, they're setting up for chocolates, and they're setting up for vape for legalization 2.0. So I mean, I understand the business. They want to expand and they want to get bigger sales, and they can only do that through expanding with that stuff. But I mean, I don't know, like some of their products I hear they aren't that great, but that's outside of the financial picture. So I just want to streamline as far as the financials. So I'm not giving like a biased rating report card on it. I want to give them a B-. So I mean, if they were like neutral on a net income, I'd probably give them a B. But because they're a net loss by a little bit, and then adjusted operational income on New Cannabis Ventures says 1.7 million minus loss, so that's not so great. But I still think the fact that they have better revenues than last quarter, as well as the fact that they are expanding for their chocolates and all this stuff. But a concern with Organigram is with tighter margins in the flower, because if they're selling it for 25 million and they're getting a cost to sell is around 15 million, I mean, that's really a lot of millions of dollars that they spend just to grow cannabis. So it's almost like it costs them about, I'm thinking that, okay, they sell maybe 6,000 kilograms for about $4 on average, so that's about $24 million, I mean, and then it costs them 15 million. So the 6,000 kilograms, it costs them $2.50 a gram to get out the door, and that's excluding the SG&A. I do like the SG&A on Organigram. I think the SG&A on Organigram is very good. So yeah, absolutely, I do think it is good. It's lower than a lot of companies. So I think at scale, when Organigram can get up to 30 to 40 million, I think they're going to be having very nice net income. That's something that I think potential with you know, Oxley and you know, even Sundial growers in the upcoming quarters to have really nice net incomes if they start doing like 40 to 50 million, because they got lower SG&A from my understanding. But I do have to look back on Sundial. But I mean, for sure with Organigram, their SG&A is very low. So if you get 50 million quarter from Organigram, they're going to be very healthy on the balance sheet. So anyways, I hope you gained a lot of insight from my report card series. I've been putting in time to try to bring you the raw, uncut, non-biased information on some of these companies in the cannabis space as far as the report cards. This is about my 11th or 12th series for report card series, and this is a double whammy, so you get 2 for 1, right? So that's pretty fucking cool, I gotta say. I mean, I've been covering a lot of companies, and you know, just getting myself out there with these videos with report card series. So I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you hit the like, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and shaka capice, I'm out.